Shalom, when the self souls by giving no praise to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushua, Ba'Shem Kakodash. Double honors to the Apostle Great Millstone, and honors to you brothers doing the work of the Most High in truth and in sincerity. Yahweh's real name, of whom the world English calls God, Jehovah. Yahweh's real name is Yahweh. The Son's true name is Yahushua. And when we pray Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushua, but meaning in, her meaning the Sham, meaning name. So Yahweh in the name of Yahushua. Someone's inspired by just over the last couple of days, just seeing a trend of Jake's just playing too much, man, just doing too much, right? And of course, part of that will be psyop. There's one here that I've included that I'm like I was even thinking about, I'm like, more than likely just a psyop, right? Because what we're witnessing, for one, is this man is getting ready. He's getting ready to, to prepare that race war, right? So that when you're reading a lot of stuff from these conservative circles, right? They're feeling, these so-called white conservatives, they're feeling attacked. They're feeling like a victim, right? But these times, these are the aggressors of the earth, right? But you can see these are just a bunch of young nigglets, right? I ain't gonna play it, but you see basically what they do, and then they just look like just typical Jakes, thinking they're cool, right? They're thinking they're cool, and what I can tell you for free, right? When you see a front garden in a house like that in London, that's a multi-million-pound house, right? This is several million pounds worth of house, right? It looks like a nice area, it's easily 3-4 mil plus, right? A house like that, and these Jakes just walk in there, right? And then look at he. I mean, he looking weak as hell, but sometimes you gotta, you don't know what these guys are on. You don't know if they got a shank or whatever, what have you, but no, real manly energy coming from this geezer. That's beside the point, right? But these guys, I mean, Jay even has the nerve to put his feet up on man's coffee table, right? Once again, thinking he's cool, and then they dip out the yard, right? Thinking they're cool and everything, right? But this is it, right? Then they're gonna have Then they're gonna have problems. Oh, these police, they're they're what's the word I'm looking for? They are stereotyping me, right? And this is the one that I saw this morning, right? And you can watch this, because this old man, this old man, he puts on him. So this Jake, he's playing around, making it. You want to behave? Let me refresh that real quick. Right, but this Jay, his prank, right, is to pretend to pour petrol on a man's whip, right? So he goes up to the whip, right, pretends to pour petrol. It's water, but he's pretending to pour petrol, right? And that old man ain't having any of it. That old man was like, "What the hell are you doing?" Right? And he basically says, "You almost died today." Right? The same thing again here, right? Jake just going around all for the lols, all for pranks and all of that shit, right? But these times, these devils, they're getting ready. The Esau's getting ready, right? Esau's getting ready because he's starting to see you as a problem, right? So why is Walmart struggling in urban areas, right? Jake's just going in there, quote unquote, eating for free, right? So when this is the only Walmart for several miles, right, and you got some ease in that area, now it's closing because Jake's just going up in there stealing. Who they gonna blame? They gonna blame you. They gonna blame Jake, man, right? And once again, this one, she's been controversial, right? Which this Becky, she did do the white woman tears, right? Which is why I thought she was guilty. At first, she did that proper white woman tears, like she was crying because hey, we get on Eve, but hey, we can't turn a blind eye to Esau either, right? But turns out that this was It was the Jakes, right, that had basically stolen her bike, right? And then now it's like, oh, she was pregnant and this, that, and the other, yada, yada, yada. But why were the Jakes recording it, right? They were recording it for, and that's what I'm saying, this one's likely a psyop, right? But all of that to say this, Jake played too much, man. Right, here it is, this devil's ready to come down with great wrath, right, knowing that he hath but a short time. I'll read that because I haven't got that on the on my list, right? This devil's getting ready to come down with great wrath. But Jake is just playing around. Jake is being fools. Right, Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Right, so this devil, he's got all manners of, weaponry and swords and this and the other, but Jake just wants to play a fool, right? That's why the Lord is just gonna let this devil unleash on you, man. Right? The Lord's gonna let Esau unleash on the wicked of our people because they ain't gonna have a hedge, right? And that's why we do what we do because we're praying that the Lord is gonna have mercy on us and that we will be under the Lord Yahweh's hedge, right? But the rest of our people, just forget it, right? Just forget it, man. Okay, because this is where their mind is at. This is Proverbs 15:21. Folly is joy to him that is destitute of wisdom, right? And you see how happy they are, right? Folly, right, is joy. Look how joyous these nigglets are, right? Because they're destitute of wisdom, right? When you see the replies to this, well, they're lucky this isn't the U.S., right? Or James would have said, so I'm assuming James was the dad, right? So people are filming themselves doing crimes. Pretty sure breaking and entering, even if the door is open, is a big old offense, right? And to do that in America, you're dead, right? So what that's this precept in a nutshell. Folly is joy to him that is destitute of wisdom, man. These niggas are destitute of wisdom, right? I think these men are in their school uniform and shit, all for the likes, right? All for the likes. Dumb idiots, man, right? But a man of understanding walketh uprightly. It says Ecclesiastes 10 and 6, folly is set in great dignity and the rich sit in low place, right? All of this folly that is in this world, this fucking TikTok era, right? Where everyone's got to record everything, right? Everyone's trying to do the next viral clip, right? There was a case not too long ago where you had one of these pranksters, right? Basically tried to do a prank, and then the guy, he did not know it was a prank, so he shot the guy, right? Just like once again in this particular clip, right? So the older gentlemen will just try get the thingy. You can see there he's loaded up, man. And one of the things he says, like you stared, what did he say? He basically says, "You almost died, you stupid son of a," because he was saying he was getting ready to let loose, right? And that's real. He almost died, but Jake just wants to be folly, man. They're in this folly state of mind. They don't understand what this man is about to do, right? This is Ezekiel 21, right? The point I want is in 10. I'll start from 9 and read in. Right, it says, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord, a sword is sharpened and also furbished. Right, so that's what the prophets are saying. Right, you telling me none of, the way that the truth is, you're telling me none of these dumb idiots, these dumb jakes have come across either Israelites, in either in person or on online, right? The Lord has been merciful, man, in the sense that this truth is out there, right? Whether it was directly on the video or it was people trying to scoff, right? Jake has come across the Israelites now, man. Okay, so hey, we've been prophesying, we've been telling them, look, man, a sword is sharpened, man. When furbished goes into polished, right? Always give whenever we bring this precept out, I always give the example of Jay might be in the studio, music studio, saying, yeah, man, I'm just trying to polish this beat, right? Meaning perfect this beat. Okay, so this man, he's perfected the sword, right? You think he couldn't have leveled out the entirety of humanity with the CV if he wanted to? He could have. Right now, of course, we understand that the elect are protected. All right. Scripture says, "No weapon formed against thee shall prosper." Right, and these are bioweapons that this man is playing with in the lab. Okay. It says, "It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter." Right, so this man, he's got plans to really get down in these days, right? It is furbished that it may glitter, and this is the question that I wanted: should we then make mirth, right? That's all our people want to do. They just want to make mirth. They don't understand that this devil, right? He's gonna use his blessing. He's gonna remind you, right? You know why? You know why? Ezekiel 35:5 is written, right? That perpetual hatred, and which is why once again, in this particular clip, so it was on the previous page. In this particular one, I'm pretty sure this is a setup, because especially because you can't even, apparently she's 6 months pregnant, but in the vid you can't tell she's 6 months pregnant, right? You can't tell, she's 6 months pregnant, this, that, and the other, right? Especially after the whole Jordan Neely thing in the New York subway, right? These conservatives, and the reparations thing, these conservatives are getting pissed off with Jake, man. These conservative white boys, they're getting pissed off with Jake, okay? So we understand that this man is getting ready to do a thing. It says, it contemneth the rod of my son as every tree, and he hath given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. The sword is sharpened, and it is furbished, to give it into the hand of the slayer. And who's the slayer, right? And this is why, if we understand it, which is why we understand, we pray to the Lord. What do you call it? That he does this is Psalm 17:13. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, right, and deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. And this is what we're praying. We're praying that we get deliverance from this sword, right? Because Esau is the sword of the Lord, right? He is the wicked, right? But because the Lord has had mercy on us, we understand, right, who our enemies is, who our enemy is. Which even makes me think of this is Hosea 4:6. People are destroyed for lack of knowledge, and a vital bit of knowledge, right? In these times, right? Apart from, of course, the name of the Lord, name of the Most High, name of His Son, right? The fact that you're an Israelite, right? But apart from the staples, the core of our doctrine, right? One of the bits and important pieces of understanding is who our enemies are, and our number one enemy is Esau, the so-called white man, right? When you understand that, when you know that, right, now you start moving different, right? Now when you're seeing all of these stupid, TikTok challenges, trying to go viral, right? You start looking at all of that different, okay? This is because thou hast rejected knowledge, right? Once again, this truth has gone out, right? No Jake can say they haven't heard, right? Says, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children. Okay. So where were we? To give in time to say, this is verse 12, Ezekiel 21:12, crying, how, son of man, for it shall be upon my people, it shall be upon all the princes of Israel, terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people, right? Smite therefore upon thy thigh. It's like it. It's Ecclesiastes 7:2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. Right? So because the majority of our people are just mirthing it out, all right, they gonna be caught unawares, right? They're fools, right? They despise knowledge. And once again, the ultimate knowledge they despise is the knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? Because once again, this one, that's bearing false witness, right? If let's say this is a real event, right? They're bearing false witness, right? That thing never happened, and they're not thinking about the consequence. That's the thing, when coming into this thing, Apostle Gabaz is saying, to be a man of the Lord, first you got to be a man, okay? Right, and as a man, you think about consequences, right, of your actions, right? It's like, okay, if I do this, then X, Y, and Z may happen, right? Because don't forget, man, this here is your enemy, man. Yo, white woman tears, yo, you can leave me out of that, man. I ain't trying to be around no crying ass white woman, man. So-called white woman. Ain't trying to be in that scenario, right? In America, where a Captain Save-A-Ho's got a gun, forget it, right? But that's not wisdom. right? And these jakes filming themselves committing a crime. What are you doing? Right? You already know scriptures talk about prudent and being prudent. You already know that this man sees you as an enemy. Yeah, you're gonna be going up all in the stores in the cut, doing madness, right? And once again, the guy said it. You almost died, you stupid son of a bitch. Okay. The end of this is Jeremiah 4:22. Says, "For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sought as children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge." Right? So our people are stupid, and ultimately, this is going into, the understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, right? But just in general, our people are foolish, they're stuck on stupid, right? And you know what? The majority of our people, they irk us, man. We're just gonna keep it real, right? The majority of our people are irksome, right? And the Lord, we can't wait, just as we can't wait till the Lord does away with these, with these Edomites and our enemies. Hey, we can't wait till the Lord does away with niggas, man, because these niggas put a stain on the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai first, and on Israel as a whole. Right? In fact, I'm just gonna read that one, as well. This is Ezekiel 36:21. "But I had pity for my holy name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the heathen, whither they went." Right. So wherever we are, just be profaning the name of the Lord. Because here it is, we're in a situation where the Lord has it whereby, you've got camps popping up all over the world, quite literally, saying so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right, are the real children of Israel, right? And then they'll go past the camp and then switch on their TV and see niggas doing nigger shit, right? And then what are they thinking? Those are the people of the Most High? Surely not. But that's also part of the movie that the Most High wanted, right? The Most High wants that incredulity, right? That disbelief, right? That we are the people. Verse 22 says, "Therefore say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord power, I do not this for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for my holy name's sake, which ye are profane among the heathen, whither ye went." Right, so the Lord is even saving us for our sake. He's saving us for his name's sake, right? To magnify his name, right? And that's why, for instance, you read Jeremiah 16:14, right? It says, "No more shall it be said, right? Yahweh liveth that brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but Yahweh liveth that brought up the children out of the land of the north." Okay, going into the fact that this deliverance is all about a bigging up Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay, so as always, that I was edifying. Until next time we say Shalom.